And welcome to another 12 Bar Tuesday on Thursday edition here. Just wanted to jump right in. If you've been watching the last couple of series, then you know this Behind the Bar series goes into previous 12 Bar Tuesdays, and I kind of dissect them and kind of let you guys know what I was thinking about. Um, I skipped around. There are still some from then that I want to get to, but now we're getting into a different little portion of when I was doing 12 Bar Tuesday. The first one here, the one which I'll be doing today, kind of special to me as this is the first promo of the Perfectly Me podcast that I did. I'm really excited about this one. I tried something different with some of the rhyme schemes to try to make it all make sense. Hopefully, you'll kind of catch on what I'm doing here. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave comments, check out the website, the Purcell Project, check out the Facebook page, like the Facebook page. If you need tutoring, get in touch with me on that. Buy books. One of them is very cheap. Go ahead and do that. And without further ado, here is the old 12 Bar Tuesday. Let's watch and dissect. Well, I need to probably not have it on mute. Now, let's try this again. I'm only perfectly me. It was tough falling down the adversity tree. Turned my life around after the worst of defeats. I was mentally trapped, but now I'm currently free. Focused on the wrong things. Now I worship the King. So, it was tough falling down the adversity tree. Obviously, anybody that's been through adversity, which is everybody, because nobody has walked through this life scot-free. And so falling down that adversity tree, branch after branch after branch, that journey is not easy. And so part of the reason why I had to turn my life around is because the path in which I'm falling down, I want to go back up. So I wanted to give you that visual. It's tough falling down, and then I turned my life around after the worst of defeats. And so, obviously that is it's tough once you hit that rock bottom. The positive is you have nowhere else to go but up. But you have to allow yourself to get there. So it was tough falling down the adversity tree, turned my life around after the worst of defeats. I was mentally trapped, but now I'm currently free. And that's something biblical. We as humans are trapped in this world of sin. And we're trapped in the gain of sinful things. And the joy of gaining those sinful things, you don't realize you're trapped into making decisions based off of sin. And I was mentally trapped. And so making those decisions time after time, your mindset gets mentally trapped. But now I'm currently free. So I'm free to think better, more wholesome things, not being trapped. I was focused on the wrong things. Now I worship the King. Obviously, the King, as I've mentioned before, talking about my Lord and Savior. So I was not focused on Him, I was focused on worldly things. And all that's connected. Focusing on the right things leads you to a better path in life. Focusing on the wrong things does not. It's pretty simple. But, I'm kind of, how I crafted that, really kind of, I'm happy with that rhyme scheme that I chose. According to the world, the purse can be cheap, but I have realistic expectations.
not the curse of TV.
So that, according to the world, the perks can be cheap. And so that's kind of another thing, playing off the sinful world that's around us. You know, they guide you and they want you to focus on these things and they advertise it as, you know, if you have this, you know, you can have all of this for this little price. Little do you know that this little price that you pay for now grows into something bigger later on. And not a lot of people have a long term mindset, and that's where that comes, where you can see the traps that are being set in front of you. I have realistic expectations, not the curse of TV. And so, TV notoriously has given different perspectives of how people think something should be, but those aren't realistic. And so, that's where that kind of comes from.
I got jokes. Like Black Church can be brief. I'll tell you some truths that it hurts to believe.
You know, before I get to the last bar, I wanted to do the last four separately, but these two bars right here, I got jokes. If anybody knows me, that's kind of a thing that I do. I like to joke. Life is too short to not have fun, and so I like to joke around. And a common joke is that black church can be brief. If anybody has ever been to a traditional black service, it's not brief. It's not brief. If you've been to a traditional black service that was brief, please comment. Please let me know. Um, I need some insight into how that happened. I will tell you some truths that it hurts to believe. And so that's going to be kind of a spoiler ish, a good segue, a transition into the subject of the pod this week. Um, I'm going to give it away because I want you to tune in and get my viewers up because, you know, we like that here at the Purcell Project. And so I tell you some truths that it hurts to believe.
I want you to be strong, not nervously weak. I'm ready to provide you with that burst of relief. I want you waiting to see me like the 1st and 15th. Go check out my podcast. That's perfectly me.
So what we want you to do here, one of our goals in the Purcell Project is we want to uplift you. We want you to be strong, not nervously weak. And so, you know, if some of you are antsy and timid and you're nervous, you're not as physically strong as if you're confident and strong and believe you can do something. And so I want you to be strong, not nervously weak. I'm ready to provide you with that burst of relief, that excitement, that joy, that energy of let's go, let's do this. I want you waiting to see me like the 1st and 15th. I tell you what, this hits a lot of different angles. Um, Anybody, you know, waiting on governmental benefits, usually those come out the 1st and 15th. Paychecks, obviously, come out like the 1st and 15th. And so anybody who's been living paycheck to paycheck, anybody who's been, you know, growing up having to need assistance, you know, when it's the 31st, it's the 30th, it's the 14th, and you know that next day is payday, you know, you get excited. You're antsy, you know, you're waiting for that next day to come up. So that's kind of, I want you waiting to see me like the 1st and 15th. And then go check out the podcast. That's Perfectly Me. Obviously, the Perfectly Me podcast. And so that is that whole thing. The thing I told you, this was one of the 12 bars that I'm very proud about. I use 12 bars all with the same rhyme scheme. And it's not just a simple one syllable. I forgot what battle rapper that was, but they said I'm going to take out an ad for your single syllable rhymes, which is a great haymaker. And that's just pointing fun at the rapper only rhyming one syllables. Like I told you guys, I want to be more in depth in that. I wanted to challenge myself with the pen, and so 12 bars perfectly me with four syllable rhyme schemes on all of them. And so I'm gonna play it back again only because it's 40 something seconds long, but every rhyme is the same thing as perfectly me. And so just kind of, um, I'm really proud of that one because trying to rhyme four syllables at the same time, it's kind of hard to multi syllable put together rhymes like that and still make it make sense and keep it on topic of something, which is I want you to check out the podcast. It's perfectly me. So let's run this back again from the top so you can hear all the rhyme schemes the entire time.
It was tough falling down the adversity tree. Turned my life around after the worst of defeats. I was mentally trapped, but now I'm currently free. Focused on the wrong things. Now I worship the King. According to the world, the purse can be cheap, but I have realistic expectations, not the curse of TV. I got jokes, like Black Church can be brief. I'll tell you some truths that it hurts to believe. I want you to be strong, not nervously weak. I'm ready to provide you with that burst of relief. I want you waiting to see me like the 1st and 15th. Go check out my podcast. That's perfectly me.
And so there it is. There is the look back into the Perfectly Me podcast promo, if you will. As always, leave comments below. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you disliked. Did you like the 12 bar rhyme scheme? Did you think I could have gone another direction? Is there something you want me to review? Is there a topic of a future 12 bar Tuesday you'd like me to write about? I aim to give the people what they want, and so be sure subscribe, like the page, leave a comment down there, check it out. And by the way, before I get off here, shout out to you, Aunt K. Always watching, always commenting. I see you, I appreciate you, and I love you. With that being said, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, enjoy, share, and then tune in later on this week where I give you a new topic for the Perfectly Me podcast, the same one that I want you to go check out in this 12 Bar Tuesday. Check out the video podcast on YouTube. Check out the audio podcast wherever podcasts are, Apple, Spotify, blah, blah, blah. With that being said, thank you again. Appreciate you guys. And listen, enjoy, share, and go be your best you. I'll see y'all soon.